What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. We are going to be doing some maintenance updates on our trailer. Before you guys make a comment about the trailer, I do realize this is not the fanciest. Back when I bought my skis, there were still supply issues. Finding an aluminum double ski trailer was very, very difficult. A couple of days ago, we received a care package from our friends at WavesRx. They sent us these tie-down straps for the rear of the ski. These are all stainless, so I'm going to show you guys these in a minute. We also have these winch straps. WavesRx has these new safety chains. I don't even know if I want to call them a safety chain because they're far from a chain, but these things look super legit. And I want to show you guys how quickly you can upgrade your safety chains on your boat or PWC trailer with these WavesRx safety chains. I know a lot of you guys have commented about the lighting situation, so I'm trying to be cognizant of that. And look, keep giving us some feedback. I know there's a lot of other things that we could be improving upon on the channel, so do me a favor, if you have any suggestions, even if you want to share some future video ideas for us, please do me a favor and drop those in the comments below. Your feedback would be greatly appreciated. But anyway, let me shut up and let's get this thing going. I know this seems like a very minimal upgrade, but these things have been driving me bananas for quite some time. This little safety clip that you see in this one here, it's been missing completely out of this one here, and every time I ride, I've just been rigging it. Replacing these, even if you're not too mechanically inclined, it is super easy. We are going to remove this nut from here and this bolt. This chain, one of the links, is going right through the bolt. It's going right across, and that is what is attaching the chain right now to this trailer. Not sure if they're all universal, but we're going to be using a 13/16 open end wrench, 13/16 socket, and we're going to get this puppy out. Keeping the video short, we're doing this off camera. It might be a little tight initially. That's okay. There's probably just a little corrosion in there. Bolt's going through here. Bigger link here. This bolt here was going right across the middle. You can see kind of the tip of that bolt. This may seem like an impossible fit, but I am telling you guys, it works. It's just a very tight fit. So we're gonna go ahead and start to thread it so that we can get that chain through. And I'll do that off camera because I'm just one guy here. Both of these safety chain links are right through the bolt. With little effort, we're already through this other side here. Put on your grounding strap on the other side. I almost forgot to do mine, so I ended up having to take everything all out. Welcome to day 2. Well, really, it's more like day, I don't know, 8. Picking back up a few days later. Clearly, my hair didn't just cut itself while filming this video. The next upgrade that we wanted to make was in terms of replacing these winch straps. As you guys can see, these are old. They've been exposed to the elements and salt water, so we want to go ahead and we want to replace these here. Shout out to WavesRx. They sent us out a pair of their new winch straps. There's some rust forming here. I'm going to try to see if we can clean some of this here. The first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and we're going to take this nut off. This nut is holding a bolt that goes right across this little winch wheel here. We're going to need a 16mm on one side, and then it's a 14 on the other end here. There, we're going to remove this wheel now. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, take a wire wheel of these, just clean these up. This side looks great. This is the side that looks like a hot mess. We're going to be using two 11mm. It's coming off extremely, extremely easy. We're going to go ahead, pull that nut out. So now with that nut loose, begin to pull this out. And this is really, really rusty. What we want to do is we want to get in here with my wire wheel and just clean it. I'm sure the rust is going to probably come back, but I hate to put this back this way. We'll let the corrosion inhibitor dry for a minute. I'm going to make sure that this is also pointed in the right direction. We're going to stick the bolt through the one side here. We're going to go ahead and feed the middle. There's a little loop of the strap. We're going to put the bolt right across it, or right through it, I should say. Just like that. What we want to do now is we want to go ahead and we want to tighten this up. This here needs to be as close to the center as possible. Clearly, you're going to have a tough time, especially if you're using a socket, because that's going to create a space. Tap it lightly with a hammer or a ratchet or whatever you have. It doesn't take much force, and bring it down closest to the center as possible. So that way you have enough room when you're winding this thing up for the entire strap to wind up. Take our big bolt. We're going to run it across. Okay. We're going to tighten this. I'm going to go ahead, put these WavesRx loop straps here. And then obviously we're going to go ahead and put the hook through it, and we are done. All right, boys and girls, and last step, while we're at it, last thing we're doing in the trailer is we are going to be replacing whatever the heck straps we had back here with these really, really nice stainless steel transom straps. What we're going to do is we're going to go up here and we're going to secure that. There is a hook right down here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use that same hook, make it snug, and then you're just going to want to pull on this tab here. It doesn't fit good the one way. Flip it upside down, which is what I did. So I put the top end on the bottom, and then I put the bottom end on the top. So you guys can see, sure, the logo's backwards, but now we clear all of this here. We're finally going to be upgrading our tender. We were using these cheap, like $15, $20 tenders off Amazon. Quite honestly, I think they did the trick for the most part. However, over the last few months, I have noticed issues where it just disconnects. So now that we replaced the battery on this ski here a couple of weeks ago, as you guys saw in a previous video, and we've also replaced the battery on my wife's ski, I want to make sure that we're using something that's slightly better. I really don't like to use the clamping style. I like to get these plug and play harnesses. If you guys have done this already in the past, then great. You guys can probably just shut off this video. But if not, I want to show you guys how easy it is to fit a battery tender on your Sea-Doo. So the first thing we're going to do is take a sip of my delicious beverage. By the way, trying to cut back on alcoholic beverages. It's been almost a month since I had some alcohol. Just doing it for the mental clarity aspect of it. The last time I did this, I went on a full year straight without alcohol, so we're going to try it again. It's almost been a month. We'll see where it goes, but we're going to put it in the handy-dandy Sea-Doo cup holder. I have one of these long extensions, so these are actually really, really awesome for this. There's like a little square nut inside the battery that this goes through. So you want to be careful because since the battery's on an angle, sometimes it can slide out on you, and it is no bueno to find. But anyway, I see the little block is still attached in there. Of course, the negative is going to be the black one here. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of tighten that up for now. There we go. Actually just got it in. So we'll leave it just like that. Outside of just maybe a couple like scratches on your arm, this is pretty much the same process to replace your battery. There we go. I think I got it lined up. Here, got the positive on the one side, the negative on the other. I'm gonna grab a zip tie and we're gonna put this somewhere here so it's easy to access, but also it's not just moving around in there. As you guys can see, the battery on the wake is pretty much in a similar location. The only main difference here is like a little metal battery tray here, along with this little like band that's made out of rubber, where the other one doesn't have it. But in terms of the process, it's pretty much the same thing. It does come with extensions, so this is going to be perfect. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. So you guys can see, now we got the little plug and play connector hooked up. Should have done this a long time ago. There we go, both skis are plugged in. Hopefully this video is useful for someone. We're gonna leave these things on the tender. The next time we see you guys, we're gonna be out there exploring some waterways.